Hello, hi, welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Aries in August 2020. Hello, Aries. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. Welcome to your August reading, Aries. How's everything? Hopefully, wherever you are in the world, you are safe, you're happy, and you're healthy. Still a pandemic, so please remember to keep yourself safe, keep people that you know and love safe, and, just practice caution wherever you are in the world. Aries, if you are returning to the channel, thank you so much for showing up here. If you're new here, you're also welcome. No matter what your status is, whether you're a friend or a foe, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing if you find find resonance in anything that you find here today, okay? All right, let's just go ahead and get into it. No announcements, really. Aries, shuffled off camera. That's your main spread there. Going to shuffle now on camera for your outcome and your overall energy. Once all the cards are out and they're lying face up on the table, that's when the reading begins. Timestamp is in the description box. If you want to jump ahead to when the reading begins, you may do so. That's why I put that down there for you. If you would like a personal reading with me, if you want to purchase a personal reading with me, that information will be down in the description box as well. And you can follow me over on Instagram at EmpathicFire Tarot. I'll pop something up here on the screen in case you missed the intro. And over there, I'm interpreting oracle cards a few times throughout the week. I've done a couple of pick-a cards over there. So if you're interested in finding me and following me and seeing me do that kind of work over there, feel free to do so. All right. Anything else? No holidays except for, my personal birthday in the month of August. Ha ha ha. But no real announcements. I will go live on the channel on August 8th for Leo's birthday season. So if you have reason to want to snoop on a Leo, or you just want to hang out with me while I do a live reading, feel free to join me on the 8th of August. Okay. All right, let's get into it. Aries. I'd like to see Aries outcome for August 2020. Outcome for Aries in August 2020. Please show me. Hey, I got a little jumbly. That energy got a little sticky, I guess. Bottom of the deck is the overall energy. Oh, I think he popped up a few times in the pre-shuffle. I remember seeing that face. All right, and that goes there. How we look on screen looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and flip a cam face down for you, Aries, so we can see the full picture. And the outcome is where? All right, let's get into it. I want to see where Aries is in August 2020. Please show me Aries in August 2020. Please show me. Okay. All right, coming in, Aries, perhaps quite appropriately, you come in with the energy of the Daughter of Fire, aka the Page of Wands. Wow, look at you looking so determined and so focused. Very good. Fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This could be you. This could be someone else around you, being that it's a daughter. It could indicate a child of significance in your life, but it does not have to be. It is a general reading. Take all signs and mention of gender with a grain of salt. Now, in general, this Daughter of Fire is someone who, as I said, is determined, is focused, possibly a little too enthusiastic or a little too excitable. The Daughter of Fire tends to be, or might give the impression, or might give off this air of being like too cocky or too confident. Like I said, excitable, and really eager, perhaps overly eager for what's to come. But, the real world, many of us have been living in a quarantine for a while now, and, something's got to give. So that could be a reaction to what's going on in your life, any type of stagnancy, any type of setbacks. You're just like, screw it, I'm done with this. Oh, I knew I missed something. There's a little bit of a hello or an aside. This bracelet I'm wearing, this colorful bracelet right here, I wanted to shout it out to a subscriber of mine and someone who's become a friend of mine, Vanessa. She made this for me while I think she was vacationing. So while on vacation, she was thinking of your girl, and she made this lovely bracelet for me. So I told her I was going to tell you guys, look at my friend, look what she did for me. She's so cool. So thank you, Vanessa, if you happen to be watching this or any other video. And I assume she would, because she's been a long-time supporter. Anyway, back to you. So this daughter of fire, I think, could just be reactionary to the stillness of life, the slowness of life, in other parts of the world, but definitely still here in America, the way we're having to sort of still be social distancing from each other, all this other kind of stuff. And everybody, well, not everybody, many other countries are still doing the same thing. But I think Aries, even if it's not that, you're finding a little bit of impatience is growing within you with this daughter of fire. And again, it doesn't have to be you. It feels like it is you, but it could be another person. So we'll see how the story develops. But that's how this reading begins. Is there's a lot of go get it energy, or get after it energy, or in some cases like get out of my way, or this is so boring, or this is so whatever you're dealing with, or whatever situations come upon you, or circumstances you find yourself in, whatever social circles you're kind of rotating around, you're kind of like, I'm kind of over this moment, or I'm over this conversation, or I'm over whatever. So there is a push for you to be out and accomplishing more. But again, the situation at hand might have your hands tied, so to speak, okay? And that could be read, that could be, I don't know. There's something about that might not be quote unquote true, and it might be an outside perspective, but we'll see. So what else happens for Aries? Show me, please. Yeah, you're very okay, so you're super determined. Now that I see everything here, you're super determined, if not on a path, on a track, yes, on a path, trajectory towards success. At least that's where your mind is. And that's great. That's one of Aries, and basically all the fire signs, but particularly Aries is just like this, I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it type of attitude. And I like that for you. It feels like an overwhelmingly positive reading. So hopefully to you, this will go fast. But I feel you're making moves, and yeah, I'm not sure that there's a complication really. If the complication exists, I feel it's very much in the rear view. But here we have the magus, or the magus, I think is how you're supposed to pronounce it. The magus? Yeah, I think it's supposed to be the magus. Whatever. The magician also is how this is known. This is secondary major arcana for Gemini and Virgo. You could be dealing with a Gemini or Virgo, but you don't have to be. This is a self-made person. It could be you, could be someone else that you're dealing with, but I feel that there is a definite correlation or connection between this daughter of fire and this magus card, or this magus energy. So I feel like mostly this is going to be you, but if it's someone else, please feel free to fill them in here. Determination, focus. This is a little bit of a bargaining or negotiating type of aspect. As you can see, we've got someone here who looks like a salesman, or looks like somebody who's in the business of commerce, and a high participant in capitalism, right? And that could be, going on for some of you. You could be selling yourselves or selling your services, however that rings for you, whatever that means to you. Or you just could be looking to further your financial standing in some type of way. I'm only speaking that part there that I just said only because of the illustration on the card. This actually goes beyond finances for many of you. This actually speaks to just your overall making a stamp in the world, or making your own way in the world. Like, nobody's going to stop you getting what you want. If you want a new house, if you want a new car, you're damn sure going to get it. If you want a new relationship, you're going to get it. If you want a new body, if you want to lose weight, gain weight, if you want to have particular procedures, you're going to get it done. There's just it's not a great example, but it's it's that type of hunger. What was that movie called? Oh shit, I'm going to blank on that movie. Oh, I think it's just called Wall Street. The 80s movie with Charlie Sheen and Michael Douglas. and he gets up and he's like, greed is good. They're like, that's like one of the most famous lines in that movie. Greed is good. And I'm not calling you greedy. I'm not trying to say any of you are doing anything shisty, but it's that thirst, that dare I say lust for success and growth and just having it your way. You know, no infringement here on my part towards Burger King or anything, but it's like that. You are dealing with energy. I feel most of you possess this energy. If not, it's someone in your in around you in your vicinity who is feeling this way. And so you are just a massive, you're in the mindset, in the heart space, the mind space, the spiritual space. All the spaces are pinpointed towards this energy of, I want what I want and I will have what I want. And it might come off as greedy. Maybe that's where that quote came from, or why I got that imagery in my mind. To other people outside of you, it might feel as if you're being greedy. It might feel as if you're being selfish. It might feel or appear that you have no one else sort of factored into your considerations or your actions, Aries. But truly, I don't know that I can't tell if that's, quote unquote, again, true or not. Okay. You know, so success, setting up yourself for the future, changing your circumstances. That's the thing about the Magus. It's a changeable energy, right? Both Gemini and Virgo are mutable signs, changeable, right? So it's a changeable, adaptable. Thank you is sort of the better word. So you're adapting to if your circumstances, if you've fallen on hard times, you know, because again, with this card having such a sort of financial overtone to it, right? If you've fallen on hard times, some of you are being changeable, adaptable, mutable to what has happened to you. If you lost your job, if you've been laid off, you've been receiving, assistance or whatever, you're finding ways to keep yourself afloat, to keep your family afloat, to keep the doors of your business open. And you're very passionate and fired up about that. And I feel this is an unstoppable force within you. That's where that greed thing comes from. Maybe to some people, you're doing things underhandedly. I don't necessarily feel that. But again, that's me being, the empathic person sitting here. From where Aries is standing, just in case there's a cross-watcher, Aries doesn't really feel guilty. Does Aries have reason to feel guilty? Possibly. I'm not feeling those details, or I'm not getting anything other than that, Wall Street quote, greed is good. So if you yourself, Aries, are being greedy, or cross-watcher, you know that the Aries you're dealing with is being greedy, that's your answer. But I'm not sensing it. No, I don't get the sense that Aries is doing anything terrible. Maybe it's, bad taste. Maybe, but I just can't, no. And so maybe there's like a few people out there who need to be validated. I knew this Aries was up to no good. Okay, for those handful of people, congratulations. For the most part, it feels as though Aries is coming from a standpoint of being on the up and up, okay? Now, next to come out is the Empress card. Major Arcana for Libra and Taurus. Could be dealing with either of those signs or not at all. So like I said, Virgo and Gemini here, and then you've got Taurus and Libra here. The multitude of signs is showing to me that what you're doing might impact other people, your family, coworkers, your employees, what have you, or if it's solo dolo life for you, it's just you and your, 12 cats or whatever, you are pulling at different aspects of yourself or different aspects of the astrological powers that be, so to speak, right? You've got a lot of creation energy here with both of these cards. This is a manifesting energy with the Magus, right? And this is also a creative energy with the Libra and Tauran aspects here. You're in such a creative mood. You are making shit happen. Now, the other aspect of the Empress card for you guys is sustenance, right? You have this mother here. She looks a little nonchalant, but I think that's really just the look of her. But the Empress as an archetype in tarot, Aries, is a provider, is someone who looks after her own sustenance and the sustenance of the people in her care, the people that she loves, like that baby there on her lap, right? So I just get the sense that you're motivated to create abundance or maintain abundance if you already had it in some aspect. Abundance is very subjective. So, if abundant to you is tied to your dollars, if abundance to you is tied to your health and wellness, if abundance to you is tied to how much food is served every Sunday at your community center, where you volunteer to feed the homeless, whatever your version of abundance is, okay? You wish to establish it or maintain it. And again, it's like nothing is stopping you. Nothing is stopping you. Like how nonchalant she looks, how sort of unaffected the Empress looks. It's very seamless. And that also is sort of like a trait of the Empress when we talk about her in tarot. She has it under lock and key. The way to manifest, the way to assure that she is able to provide for herself and other people. It's like clockwork to her, right? And I'm only saying her because it's Empress and there's a female on the card. You could be a male and this could be your story. So please don't get tied to any gender here. So I just get the sense that this entire bottom row, which is fitting because this is the bottom, right? So it's the foundation. Where are you placing your foot? Where are your footsteps going on this firm, solid foundation of determination and focus? It's very good. I'm used to doing readings where shit is complicated and there's like a curveball, and I don't feel that coming. Like I see it's here maybe a little bit, but I don't think that's really even factoring because it's so outnumbered by everything else, right? So let's see what else is happening. Or let me see anything here. Okay. They want me to point to over here for those where this isn't really about career. It might be about relationships, plural in your life, not particularly one, but plural in your life specifically. You're wanting to utilize the nurturing aspect of the Empress card and the young creation, yes, thank you. There's something here, Aries, in your relationships where you might be sort of rewriting the book on how you do relationships, where before you may have been a little standoffish, you may have been a little unavailable, okay? This is actively opening oneself up in each of these. You can't manifest if you're closed off. You can't be passionate and inspired and enthusiastic if you're closed off. And you cannot be a source of abundance or a place for you or other people to find sustenance with if you're closed off. So in whatever relationships we're talking about, friendships, romantic, family, all three, whatever, relationship with self even, okay, self-love, self-care, there's this opening up. There becomes, I don't want to say vulnerability because these two cards are not so much vulnerable, right? But the Empress innately tends to be vulnerable. Not in a foolish way, not in the way that she's like could be played for a sucker, but she's vulnerable in the sense of she's not afraid to admit that, oh, I'm having a bad day, or I'm kind of feeling lazy. She has that access to luxury or that access to languid or like repose that is associated with Venusian energy, all right? So for those where this isn't about your money's fine, your job is fine, you might be rewriting the book in your relationship sector or, the ways in which you show up in relationships, okay? Now, what else happens for Aries? Please show me. Done, yeah. So, I think just as I say that about opening up to relationships, I gotta be honest, Aries, I don't see, for those that are single or interested in meeting people, I don't really see people coming in. I gotta say that. So, and that makes sense. If you're in the process of rewriting something, editing something, recreating something, or creating something for the first time, you're not gonna get like, 10 suitors out the door. I mean, you might be dating, but I don't see any type of significant person coming in and staying for a long time. I feel that this is a work in progress. All of this is a work in progress, no matter what sector this is affecting your life or whatever facet of your life this is affecting, yeah? So I see step by step by step by step by step by step. Yes, it's a building, it's a building, it's a building. Yes, thank you. Finally. I'm like, come on, what are we talking about? So, 3 of water, aka 3 of cups. And what were we just talking about? And it's apt that it's above the Empress card because you see the word abundance here. So you are, again, you're work in progress, or this project is a work in progress. These changes that you're really, you're like a dog with a bone here. It's just like nothing is stopping you. And again, that's fire sign energy in itself. It's dynamic. It's very powerful. It's engulfing. It can be overwhelming to be so enthusiastic or so driven, and other people can be deterred or turned off by that. And I say, screw it. and maybe that's more of a channel coming from you guys. It's like, who's detracting from your progress, or who's detracting from your process? Who or what is standing in your way and is not willing to compromise or value your goals and aspirations? Whoever that is or whatever that is going to be put to the side. This 3 of cups, or 3 of water rather, excuse me, is speaking to your mindset being not only on success and abundance, but also on, proper partnerships, fair negotiations and compromises. If this is about you looking for a new job, you're not going to take the same shit that you took from your previous employer. You're going in with a new attitude, and you're going to, quote unquote, like lay out your demands, to call them demands or whatever, but what your expectations, your salary, what you're looking for in whatever type of, packages or benefits that you need to do your job, whatever it is, you're coming to the table clean or clear. Clear is better, not clean, clear. And anyone who doesn't see your value, see your worth in whatever realm we're talking about, Aries, they will be sidestepped, or you'll let the opportunity go. And some of you, you might be like, well, I need a job, Jay. And I get that. And in this economy, in this uncertain time, I get this, I got to take it. But I feel most of you guys are coming in with some type of integrity or some type of standard. Like there's like a threshold. No, I will not take a salary below this much. I will not take a job that's outside of, where it's either it's got to be 10 miles within my home, something like within radius of my house, something like that. I think that is a reaction to, at some previous point, Aries, selling yourself short, being taken advantage of, taking on more responsibility than you were compensated for, taking on more responsibility than you were given credit for, etc., etc., etc. Now that you have set up a goal down here in your foundation line, in your baseline here, I think you're looking it's like, now that I know my worth, I'm going to get paid what I'm worth. And it doesn't have to be about your job. This, again, could be about relationships. Before, I was overgiving. Before, people took advantage of me. Before, all my partners used to drain me dry for my money. No more. So if you're going to come and start dating Aries, guess what? We're going Dutch on this dinner, baby. If you're a guy and you're traditional, or if you're a woman and you're traditional, it's more of like that's another way. I don't want to be beholden or beholden. That's not the word. Obligated. That was the word. Jeez, beholden. I don't want to be obligated to anyone else, and I don't want them to be obligated towards me. I want this to be a fair meeting of the minds in all aspects. That's what that feels like, that 3 of water, right? So it's mutual contribution from all players involved. If it's a duo between you and a business partner, you and a date, we go 50-50. If this is a 3-person deal and there's money on the table and terms and contracts and all that stuff, everybody putting in 33%. 33% effort, 33% resources and materials, whatever. You really want it almost to be like a science. or at least a well-calibrated equation or machine, so to speak, right? This is wanting to work well with others. You think you work well with others. You're prepared to work well with others. Anybody who deters from that or shows that they're not worthy of your dedication or your effort, out the door. You walk out the door, they leave. You're excused. You know, whatever way this is going to go for you guys. And again, this is that drive towards victory. And it's they're like it's going to be a solo run. this move towards victory, this move towards the finish line, right? So we have the Six of Fire, aka Six of Wands, right? So, and I didn't point them out, and I'm not going to go back and show you, but they want me to point out, for those that care, the glyphs on this card. This is the Leo and Jupiter card, or Jupiter and Leo, rather. Pardon me. So if you're into all that stuff, each of these cards has an affiliation with that. And the one that really showed up first was Venus here, and then this is Mercury in Cancer over here with the Three of Water, if you wanted to know. So, I don't want to say all of you are going to be victorious. That's just not possible, okay? But this, again, is like, look how elated this woman is. And, you know, the card says victory and she's in a race. We can't tell if she's the first person across that finish line. She might not be. But maybe this is a personal best for her. You know, there could have been 15, 20 other people who ran across that finish line before her. But maybe this is the... Oh, wait. She just broke the tape. I see it there. Well, still, my point remains. I think you're doing something and moving in a way towards personal goals, personal accomplishment, personal triumph that measured to other people might not be quote unquote good enough or, you know, comparable in any type of way, but for you, it gets the job done. For you, it checks all the boxes, yeah? So if you do walk away from, you know, and that's the thing, I don't know many Aries that would, because Aries tends to plays it smart. So I'm not sensing many of you, if you get a job offer that is going to give you the compensation that you want, the salary that you want, but there's no benefits or it's a short-term contract. I don't think many of you are going to walk away from that if you've been out of a job for a certain amount of time. And I wouldn't advise it either. You know, please don't take any, you know, financial or career advice from me. I speak tarot only, okay? So I'm not sensing that based purely on principle, you will walk away from things. But I think you're going to, you know, accept the job or the career for what it is, a temporary situation, a band-aid to a bigger issue that you have in your life. I've been out of work for 3 to 4 weeks. If I take this job, they're going to hire me on until, let's say, October. So you're like, okay, I've got steady income till October. No benefits, but at least I've got money in the door. And what am I going to do with that money in the door? How am I going to invest it in my life? How am I going to take this resource and finesse it into something else? How am I going to adapt or take this resource and adapt it for my benefit? How am I going to turn that into sustenance? Yeah. So it's a small victory or personal best, I feel. If you are dating people, you go on a couple of dates, maybe you meet a couple of people, you have some good conversations. But again, I'm not sensing, you know, you're running into a relationship. I'm not sensing that you guys are running into, you know, the top of the mountain. I've done it, you know, leaping for joy that you've run the race and it's the last time you'll have to do this in your life. No, if anything, I think you're like accomplishing like the first leg of a marathon or like, you know, a decathlon or something like that. All right, well, I did the running portion. Now I got to get on my bike and start the biking portion. You know what I mean? So I don't want you guys to, and I think you already know this, so I don't think I have to tell you, but I don't think you guys are going to be in this victory space for too long. I think it's going to feel good to get back out there, start working again, get people, you know, to understand the new version of you, what you expect in relationships, what you're looking for in relationships, what you're looking for in partners of all type. I think it's going to feel good to be so forthright to be so sort of understood. It's going to suck, and I put it in quotes, or where you're going to end up with this, is that you might have to take the job that doesn't have all the bells and whistles that you want. The temporary fix, that band-aid situation. You might have to go out on a couple of dates with a couple of frogs and toads and snails and roaches or whatever. And I know, like, that's gross, but you know what I mean? If you're looking for a Prince Charming or a Princess Charming or whatever the hell you're looking for, or you're looking for your next long-term relationship or that marriage material, you're not going to find it the first time around, right? You got to keep swiping. You got to keep having conversations. You got to keep going on dates. You got to keep asking friends to set you up. You got to keep, doing extra laps around the grocery store, following the arrows on the ground and hoping to meet and bump into someone worthy, right? So because there might be a little bit of a stall in finding the bigger catch, the bigger pot of gold, so to speak, you might end up with this Four of Water energy, comfort. Now, I like that because this is a little bit different than the traditional Four of Cups. Traditional Four of Cups or Four of Water is a card of apathy, like nothing pleases me, and it's usually showing a hand coming out of the clouds with like a golden cup, and somebody's on the ground and they're like, I'm okay, and that might be it. Okay. Okay. So warning for a few of you, because that is there. They're like, They're giving me like affirmation. So yes, for some of you, you take the Band-Aid job, right? And it's a short-term contract, or it's, not exactly what you want. But you might get comfortable because, maybe the shock of being unemployed for however long, or being underemployed for such a long time, you're like so thankful that you have this new job that you might become comfortable with it. Or, like I said, for those who are out where this is like a dating or establishing new relationships, you might get comfortable with the partner. Now, not to say you should, look a gift horse in the mouth and all that kind of stuff. No. But be careful, Aries, that in time, down the road, not tomorrow, down the road, that you would become so comfortable with the meh. Remember all the enthusiasm and the goal setting that you had here in your foundation and stick with it, right? Now, it's not to say throw, the baby out with the bathwater again. It's not like, when October comes and that contract of yours comes up for a review and you again, look a gift horse in the mouth, reevaluate at that time. Be open to reevaluation. I don't think I have to tell most of you this, but being that it's down the line, you might forget. Honestly, you might forget about this reading that you had from this anonymous pair of hands on the internet back in August 2020. October is 4 months away, so there's plenty that can happen between now and then. The other part is that this would be the inspiration or the reminder. For some of you, this is like in the past, or the reason why all of this is occurring. Previous to now, you were so comfortable and you kind of took people's crumbs and ate it up, like, thank you for your crumb of affection. Thank you for your crumb of a shitty salary. And you thought it was good, or you thought, taking on so many responsibilities and getting no type of praise or any type of reward or compensation was normal. No. So this is generally the biggest hiccup in your reading thus far. And I see over there, we're not going to see any other complications. So that's not bad, Aries. I like that. Because you can handle it. With everything else that's out here on this board, you can handle that. Now, your outcome for August is the Daughter of Water. So another page. So there definitely might be an aspect of children here. I'm not feeling it heavily, but if that fits in your life, you already know that. Daughter of Water, that's water sign energy. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Pisces could go first. What's the big deal? Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, whatever. For those where this is like a dating thing, this could be someone coming in with a love offer, but, it's kind of small. It's kind of chill. There's not like a lot of fervor or fanfare. It's very like, oh, that's nice. Thank you. So this is someone that you might casually date, and I don't want to say it won't go anywhere, but it's not coming in with like a bang. It's not like, boom, I'm here, love me, I'm here to love you. It's not like that. It's very like quiet, like, hey, what's up? It might be, you know, like like it might start off as like friends, maybe a little flirting, but it's not like it's not coming in with like a lot of gusto, right? And that could also apply to your work situation. It's good, it gets the job done, you're comfortable there, you're not mistreated, but again, the bells and whistles are missing. You know, you might be used to a job where you're wearing like 50 million hats in one day, and this job that you get offered is like, I wear 5 hats and I rotate them in like predictable ways. It's not as much of a challenge. It's not as action packed. Therefore, it might feel a little boring. Okay. I don't know that it's the person or whatever. And I don't usually feel that the Page of Cups is necessarily boring. But to you, based on where your foundation was and everything we were talking about earlier, and the fact that, you know, you've got this depiction of running a damn race, you have a lot of energy. You've got a lot of iron in your fire. Wow. You've got a lot of fire in your belly is what I wanted to say. And I think this energy that comes into your life, whether it be a person, place, circumstance, job, friendship, whatever, is just cool. It's just like vibe. It's just like a coasting kind of vibe. It's very mellow. Okay. And that kind of might make you go, okay, sure. For now, this works. Again, be careful, because that could lead to that comfort thing. So maybe, you know, the Daughter of Water is a warning sign. But I don't feel anything bad. It's not bad. It's just, you know, you might want more action. You might want more drama. But again, was drama helping you before? If you had it in your life before, was it really what you wanted? Now, your overall energy is the Father of Earth, Earth sign energy, or aka King of Earth, King of Earth, King of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Thank you. Whew. You could be dealing with an Earth sign, but you don't have to be. Yeah, overall, this is about stability. This is about firm foundations. This is about, you know, this guy, you know, sorry to be a little stereotypical, but he kind of looks like, no offense to anybody, he kind of looks like an immigrant, right? He kind of looks like, if you were to look back at like old stock photos of like the early 1900s in America, this is like somebody who arrived at Ellis Island. And that's not shade, that's like commendable, you know what I mean? It's somebody who believes in hard work. It's somebody who believes that they can work their way to the top, or they can work their way to sustaining themselves and their family, and that's admirable, right? So being that he's the Father of Earth, aka again the King of Pentacles, this is again somebody who knows that they're doing this. They know that's what they're supposed to do, or what they want to do, what they're driven to do, and they're going to succeed. If not succeed, they're going to stabilize for sure. And I think this is what this whole reading is about: finding stability, finding a rhythm to whatever is kind of out of sync in your life. Okay, Aries, that is your reading for August. If you liked it, the like button is down below. Hit that for me. If you want to leave a comment, that would be super cool. You guys know I love comments. Feel free to share the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I'll be back in about, well, your girl's on vacation next week, so and that's okay. Like that's perfect timing, because I'm usually not doing anything specific for the channel, but I might do some extra stuff, so be on the lookout for that. But in about 2 to 3 weeks, I'll be back with the mid-August readings. Like I said, I'll be going live for Leo on August 8th. If you wanna have a sneaky peek at them, or just hang out in the chat, that'd be super cool. If you want a personal reading with me, again, you can get that information down in the description box below. And I feel like there was something else, and I'm blanking, so I'm just gonna say thank you. So thanks again, Aries, so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Take care.